How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Cavone,
And I'm Doug Quimby.
and we are Kinda Live.
Kinda Livin.
This is the Mirth Films podcast, episode 49. Thank you all for tuning in, and we are just happy to be here with you guys. It's been a while. We got our sixth man, Dylan McKenzie, back on the board, and we're so happy to have him. We've been talking about it for 20 episodes, and just at least, and just the process of like setting up with him today has been awesome. Dylan has been crushing it, and it's just been so great to have him on board along with Ramon, and we're just happy to be here with you guys. As always, you can find us on iTunes and Spotify, and you'll be able to rewatch the episodes on YouTube and eventually dabble into some more Twitch. But Doug, how have you been, man?
Dude, I've been doing pretty good. A lot's been kind of going on, still obviously working a lot, can't escape that. But I've been trying to go to the skate park like once a week. The other day when I went, I actually saw some kid injure himself. He said he broke his leg. I hope he's doing good now. Because it is definitely fun to go skate and push your limits, but sometimes you push them a little too far.
Yeah.
But so I've been kind of going easy, like going off like the sides of kickers and like up the ramp next to the stairs. I haven't even attempted to drop in the past few days. Other than that, that crazy rainstorm that came at us last week.
Yeah.
So that took down a tree in front of my house.
You sent me some pictures. It was actually super gnarly. What happened?
So I was just sitting there, we were kind of expecting the power to go out. So I was I charged up a few things, but I was thought everything was gonna be fine. So I went to sit down, do this album review, and next thing I hear something just crash down outside, and I thought a tree was falling into our house. I definitely jumped a lot, and so we went outside, checked it out, and a tree basically at the house next to us fell down to the power line.
Yeah.
It didn't break the power line, so it yanked the siding of my house off because wherever the cables are connected.
Okay.
Power didn't go out though.
Wow.
So we had a few minutes to kind of get all of our ducks in the bucket. And so now she got to come turn off the power. It was definitely a wild situation, but everything is all good there.
That's good. And you've also told me you've been skating a lot too.
Yep.
So how's it been down at the park?
Dude, it's been real fun.
Awesome.
There's definitely just been a few kids there every time I go skate. A little bit of the younger generation, which I'm definitely always happy to see they're using the 100%. Park. But yeah, no, it's really been a nice fun scene to go do. And it's also just nice to get out there and just pop a few tricks, you know what I'm saying?
100%. I agree with you.
You've been doing any skating lately?
Yeah, actually, of course, on your birthday. It was great to see you, dude. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And happy birthday also to Greg and who else?
Christian Mechanic.
Christian Mechanic.
Yep.
Nick, who actually lied about his birthday.
Yep.
But yeah, it was so fun to go out and skate. And the first thing I did was I first brought out my Sector 9 big board, and then I eventually just I brought out the regular skateboard, which I haven't skated my skateboard probably for a year, and just getting the flow back, doing some ledge tricks and being myself on the board was a lot of fun, and it was great, and it was great to see you, dude. And but other than that, man, things have been freaking nuts. I've just been working a lot, which I'm super thankful for. Just happy to be in the motions, doing video production, and just having fun with it. Went out to the Putnam place, did some work for them this weekend, and there was a mashup group of Let's Be Leonard and Wild Adriatic, which was super cool. I really enjoyed that. Because Travis Gray, singer of Wild Adriatic, he unfortunately fractured his clavicle, which get well, Travis. It was Mateo, Rich was talking to me. For those who don't know Rich is the bassist of Wild Adriatic, and Rich actually just bought a skateboard.
Oh, wow.
And so he was talking to me about how he wanted to come skating with us sometime in the future, and I thought that was so rad because Rich Dermeyer, he shreds on the bass. And but he bought a full. He showed me his board, bought a full board, and then I was explaining. I was like, how are your trucks? He was like, my trucks are a little tight. I mean, a little loose. And I was like, okay.
Loosey-goosey.
I was like, if you tighten it up a little bit, maybe you'll be able to get the ollie down. And then because I think he wanted to start doing stuff, and I went to ride his board after the first set, and his trucks were as loose as you buy them.
Oh,
It
geez.
was like, I was like, dude, you really should tie dogs. Like, but it was just so cool to see his joy in wanting to skateboard. I was like, dude, you're rad, man.
No, that's awesome, and definitely like, especially skateboarding is such a like, not necessarily like demanding thing, but it's more of like a dedication thing. But like to like
Yeah.
just pick up a board and be like, you know, like I really want to do this. Like that is awesome, and like yeah, we'll definitely go skating sometime. Love
Definitely,
to do that.
man. And yeah, it just, it was just so cool. She put in place back with live music. We had, I'm trying to think, it was just like the way they operated everything. They had everything from temperature guns to make sure you were safe going in. Everybody equally distanced on tables. They gave out free hot dogs. Well,
Oh,
not free
wow.
hot dogs. The hot dogs were $1 surcharge. I mean, it's pretty much free. I take that back. But they gave out hot dogs with your first drink just to cover what they need to cover, and just to have the food. And but it was cool to see live music. They played an awesome cover of Wolfman's Brother and a bunch of other good jams. They played actually some originals too. Let's Be Leonard originals. It was Matt Griffin on guitar, Connor Dunn as always
Yeah, I
on
love
sax, Mateo on the drums, Rich Dermeyer bass, Dustin DeLuke on the keys. That was just like I said, great to be back in the motions, taking photos. It just felt really good. But other than that, yeah, it's been a busy week. I want to give a shout out to Paradox Brewery. We just recently did a set with Big Time Kitty at Paradox. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, just the kitties,
Oh yeah.
for putting some mac and cheese on it. It was just cool, just filming there, and it helped. I don't know. Their beer is awesome, gotta say too. I really am not the biggest craft beer guy, as you know. I really like my Busch, and my all day IPAs, but I do like these Paradox beers that are a little heavier than I'm usually drinking. But you're buying from a local, and
Oh
that's
yeah, that's real nice.
support the local businesses, right?
There you go.
Been playing a lot of Pokemon Go.
Oh.
Yeah, new thing in my life.
So what's your favorite Pokemon you've caught?
Well, I'll always be a Charmander guy because he's a
Nice.
starter Pokemon. But I don't know. I don't know the whole Pokemon universe, because after I stopped watching Pokemon after the first 150 Pokemon you see.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the Poke Rap. But it's been cool. It's something to do with my girlfriend who loves to do it. Nikki has got me hooked on it, and I find myself kind of going to the app sometimes. Not gonna lie, I like it. Just I had duck for the first time yesterday. We ordered a duck
Interesting.
from this awesome restaurant in Albany called Rain, and they do duck on Sundays. So I had roasted duck. That was cool.
How was it? Was it delicious?
It was definitely not my favorite, and I think I personally wouldn't order it again, but I'm happy I tried it, because I went back when we went to Portland. We went to this restaurant called Duck Fat, and Duck Fat, all their food is fried in duck fat, and the poutine that we had duck on it, and it was so good because it was really tender. And also, just because we're talking about poutine, we got to give a shout out to the sixth man, because he is the poutine master. I think a poutine guide would be so freaking cool. Yeah. Like, just, I don't know, because you know it all. I was like, Nikki really liked poutine after trying it, and I was like, where should we go? So we went to this place, and we ended up getting a couple different kinds of poutine. It was actually pretty cool. But yeah, just been staying busy. Whenever I have any downtime, which I try to get as much as I can. I try to spend as much time with my family and just try to be smart and see my friends when I can. And it's obviously hard, like just living an hour away from the place you grew up. But it's just we have the type of a group of friends that we could not talk for like months, and then that day pick it up like nothing ever happened. And that's what's fucking awesome about doing this podcast, Doug. It's really great, man.
I'd be happy to be chilling with you a little bit.
Definitely, man. And just to tidy up a little bit before we get into the topic of the week, we do have Mirth Films, Kinda Live, Kinda Livin tees on sale for $20. We do have limited quantities, especially in XL, but if you would like to order one, just please reach out to us, and we'll make sure to send one to you. And other than that, I mean, I guess that's really it. But today's topic of the week is something that's near and dear to both of us.
Oh yeah.
We have a stack of DVDs sitting here right on the couch, and it's just every one of these movies have impacted my life, and games too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, and like that was kind of growing up. Like this was kind of like the first experience of like skateboarding culture that like you really got. But it's like really like going back and kind of like listening to like all of the music from those. Like I didn't realize like those are kind of like the first areas where I listened to like a lot of the music that I even like listen to now. Like especially like I remember like almost round 3, like that was the one of like I would watch that like going to sleep like almost every night, like, and like the songs that they have in that like Journey, Any Way You Want It, for like the opening, like awesome.
Yes, and and what Doug is talking about and why we're even bringing this up is because not only were we influenced by our parents' music, like I don't know what you were influenced in, but I know I definitely listened to a lot of rock and roll because my dad just huge Zeppelin guy, just grew up in the 70s, you know, went to all those concerts. But these movies and games didn't just like we didn't just like, I don't know, if we didn't listen to it, it probably wouldn't have expanded some of our tastes that we like today.
Very true.
So when you talk about a game like The Kind of Life, Kind of Live,
we have a game now.
No, but when you talk about a skate movie like Almost Round 3, and you get the feels of Journey all along the Watchtower, Greg Let's Go, or even just the song
Day One song, The Killers, All the Things That I've Done, like that is an epic, iconic song.
Yeah, all the things I've done, and just the way that song went to his skateboarding part was magical, because the song was kind of progressive in the sense that it had different sections.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Doug, let's just start from the beginning. I guess let's go down the line. What has influenced you?
Definitely, I would say all like the Tony Hawk series from Underground up, like Underground 1 to American Wasteland, Project 8. I definitely gamed on those a lot as a youth. Like listening back to like the Tony Hawk's Underground playlist, like there's a lot of like classic hip hop that I didn't even realize was in that game. Like, oh, and also like the Dropkick Murphys, Time to Go, like. It's really fun for me to like actually like listen to like these playlists and like going out and skating. And it's just like it kind of it makes you feel like kind of like you're in the game, but like it lots of like nostalgia.
No, I hear you. When you hear Time to Go, you hear that just the accordion at the beginning of the song, and it's like
it reminds me of being in like Vancouver spot in Tony Hawk's Underground, like all out like hockey, all that. Like it's just it was
Slam City Jam times.
yes. Yeah, like all of those. I mean, the DC video was definitely like super big for me. Like that was when like I first started having Netflix, when Netflix was a thing. Like I like rented that video and like just never mailed it back. But it was like that was an amazing video. Like I mean,
yeah.
Well, it started off with some Metallica.
Dude, no, I was gonna say, so just to kind of break these videos down here, DC video right here. Came out in 2002. It is one of the greatest skateboarding videos of all time, especially in the 90s, early 2000 era. Just the money and the skaters and all the crazy things that were able to be possible in this video were possible. When you have and that's where you just brought Metallica. Metallica is one of my favorite bands of all time. But to be honest, I didn't know Metallica's Orion before I watched this video. And when you watch the video starts with the first part of Orion with the intro. It shows all the skaters, and the video ends with Danny Way, and it starts and the second part of his video and the finisher of the video ends with the last part of Orion, which is just like a complete cinematic awesomeness. But just the song is so great. It's an instrumental Metallica song that Cliff Burton was part of before he died. Master of Puppets. It's off that. Give the whole album a listen. If you appreciate good music, I definitely recommend that album. And I'm pretty biased too. But that whole freaking movie was amazing, and just some of the music, like the song that came before in his first part, Danny Way's first part, You Can't Bring Me Down, Suicidal Tendencies, such a kick-ass way to start a video part.
And that was also like a street part too.
It was a street part. This
Like-
guy, and he broke his ribs, like trying to grind like a 20-stair like handrail, when he usually spends his time and by introducing the mega ramp to the world. Like, that is insane, man.
Dude, then also like another like shout out like Josh Kalis, Gangstar, full
Full
clip.
clip.
Like
I'm happy you brought it up.
I would watch that part over and over and over again. Like that, and like that song is just still so epic. Like I still like have that on like some of my Spotify playlists. Like, cause it's a great song.
It is a great song. And moving on, we're gonna stick with some big videos. Break it out. Why not?
What we got Baker 3.
Baker 3.
Baker.
So Baker 3. I don't have the copy of Baker as a Death Wish, but Baker had took I feel like a time in our life where we were kind of experimenting in certain ways when we got older than being just a teen, and we watched this rawness of skateboarding. It definitely impacted my senior year, and I mean, for the right reasons. But it was just like, Baker always had a take on their videos that just showed the bullshit that also happens, and all the hijinks too, you know?
Very true.
And just to go over one of the songs that I just have just from Baker 3, The Width of a Circle, David Bowie, such a good song. I would have never heard that song on the mainstream radio without finding it on my own, like a needle in a haystack. And that's the thing about a lot of these videos, and why we're even talking about them, is that because these videos have, these soundtracks are so, I don't know, like impressionable.
Yeah.
It exposes you to a whole batch of other music that you would have already listened to in that genre, but you just didn't know it. You know, it's like finding, you know, the Your Time Is Gonna Come off of Zeppelin 1, when you first start listening to it, you're hearing Communication Breakdown, Good Times, Bad Times. I'm gonna quit, baby, I'm gonna leave it. You know,
Yeah.
like that's what
you
you're
knew
gonna
like
know.
half that album. That was really impressive.
It's one of my favorites of all time. What can I say? And then just Baker as a Death Wish was so amazing because Antoine Dixon. I feel like we were big fans of Antoine Dixon.
He was the man. I definitely he had a part in Baker 3, right?
He
It was like a
he had
little
a part in
younger with
Baker
like
3.
Theodis Beasley, like that was like the epitome of like I feel like the raw skateboarding, because like his style was also so nice, but it was just like it really just felt like very him,
Very
like,
relaxed.
And Antoine Dixon, he also was like very much a part of like all of like the hijinks that like are related to skateboarding that you just kind of just end up doing, because it's just like you and the boys just out hanging out, doing things, just like trying to entertain each other, also trying to get some tricks. Like,
Definitely.
lots of stuff happens. But like, yeah, that's definitely one thing. Like, I feel like a lot of these parts is like the music is like crafted like perfectly to them, and it's also just not like in like the same genre. Like, it definitely does span like all of it.
Definitely spans all of it, and you know, that's where it's cool when you see a team as diverse as some of the skateboarding teams that exist, is that everybody comes from a different background. So when you mishmash that all together, you're gonna get some pretty awesome and sensational stuff, you know. Now another movie that you know what, let's switch it up to video games, and then we'll
video game.
jump back to movies for a second. For those who found skateboarding like myself, and I don't know, you found it through video games, right? Or through Tony Hawk? Yeah, I mean, so through skateboarding video games, there also was another group of music that we found that wasn't maybe as like subculture-esque in the sense of the songs that were being picked compared to maybe major hit songs that would fit in a skateboarding video game soundtrack that is meant to sell millions.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. I mean, first song when you hear Goldfinger, Superman. I definitely, it doesn't have an impact on what I like music wise, but it's just when I hear that song, I know I'm in the warehouse about to roll down the hill to jump over the gap. That's how I know the song. Primus, Jerry was a race car driver.
Ooh.
Playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 as a kid, I would have never thought I would be a Primus fan in my later ages. So that, just for that reason, And then Suicidal Tendencies, Psycho Vision. Just a heavy Suicidal Tendencies song, which I adore.
Nice.
Anything from Tony Hawk's 1?
No, I didn't play them until like the Undergrounds.
Undergrounds.
I played Pro Skater 3, but like don't really. I wasn't too fan of like the way like the classic mode. So
I
like,
feel ya.
I would just play. I think I'd put in cheat codes for like all the characters and all the maps.
Of course,
and
it's
just...
the best way to play a Tony Hawk game.
But yeah, so I got none for that. Did you also play like Pro Skater like 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, jumping into 3, I didn't really play a lot because I was in a transitional era from Nintendo 64 to Xbox, and at first, Tony Hawk's 3 didn't come out for the Xbox, so I didn't have a chance to play it.
Oh snap!
But Tony Hawk's 4, I definitely did. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 came out on the Xbox, GameCube. What else am I missing? The obvious one, PlayStation 2, and then, you know, all the other handheld consoles that were out during that time.
Like the PSP?
PSP was not on the PSP.
Oh.
But it was on Game Boy Advance, I want to say. But a couple 4 songs that really stood out to me that came from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Number 1, The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. Number 2, Express Yourself by NWA.
That's solid.
Such a good song. Number 3, I don't know if I just said that. Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. Great punk band. Come on. And then Your Country by US Bombs. I don't know. It's such a standout song because it's catchy, and I would have never listened to it any other way.
Yeah.
And now it's on my Spotify playlist and probably on one of my hard drives from back in the downloading days. But no, I mean, I definitely, like, Doug was definitely a great era for me, Tony Hawk's Underground, but Tony Hawk's Underground 2 was what really stole me for video game music. But was there anything in Doug 1 that you liked?
So yeah, I definitely want to shout out like Kiss, God of Thunder, Look It Up, and Rock and Roll All Night. I feel like that was the first time I ever heard Kiss.
Really?
Yeah. No, so that was pretty cool. Jurassic 5, Day at the Races, like
Wow.
classic hip hop right there. Sublime, Seed. Like that was the first time ever hearing Sublime, and like that song
Song.
rocks. That song rocks. And last but not least, Nas, The World Is Yours. Like they really just had and People Under the Stairs, The Next Step Part 2. I've been jamming that one actually a lot.
Really?
Like that. And People Under the Stairs, you know, they made Acid Raindrops. Like I
didn't know that.
I had no idea that they were in Tony Hawk's Underground.
That's crazy. I had no idea either. Wow. And you guys, would rock
Dude,
that song.
That song's a great song.
Like, wow. And now I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Any stand out for you in that one?
Not really. To be honest, only because of so much. I mean, that was a great soundtrack, but it was one of those soundtracks that I didn't know many of the names of the songs, to be honest. So, but with Doug 2, I liked the Tony Hawk's Underground 2 soundtrack so much that when I had a PSP, I had Tony Hawk's Underground 2 remix for the PSP. I had headphones for my PSP. I would skate around with the Tony Hawk's Underground 2 remix soundtrack in the sound options, because that was the only way that you could keep it playing without actually so you could skate and not have to change the PSP game option menu. I was awesome. Like, it was like pre-iPod, like, because the thing was, when you had a PSP, it was memory stick duo memory format, and at the time it was really expensive, and it came with a 32 megabyte. So you could probably put like 4 songs on there if you even gave a shit about like saving your games, which is why you buy a PSP. You know.
So yeah, you just skate around that.
I just skated around with that, but the songs I would skate around to, "Fall Back Down" by Rancid, such a good song, and reminds me of being in middle school age playing the game on my Xbox. The Casualties, "Unknown Soldier." It is a very hardcore song, but it is a great song. Rock and Roll High School. Rock and Roll High School was the first time I ever heard that was through Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and I probably only knew like Blitzkrieg Bop by them at that point because of playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. It was good. Ego Trippin' by Ultramagnetic MC Ultra. MC Ultra. I used to hate that. Rapper's Delight.
Oh, wow. I didn't even
Sugar
realize
Hill
that was
Gang.
in there.
That every time it's like sometimes when you would save the game weird, it would like have the same song that would go on when you loaded a game. So it was like for a while I was like dun dun dun. Yeah. Metallica Whiplash. That's when I figured out how raw Metallica was. Kill 'Em All, such a raw album, and that came out. Yeah, that pretty much launched thrash metal in the Bay Area, and that just was a great ripping song. Break On Through by The Doors. It's in the intro of the game.
Dude, then I feel that was probably an early exposure to The Doors, but like that was
Definitely
such a kick-ass song.
For sure, yeah.
And I feel like that was very fitting for the game too. Like it was
definitely very fitting.
Like compared to like Tony Hawk's Underground 1, like it was definitely just like way more raw and just like trying to be like, I don't know, just more experienced skateboarding, like going like on tour and like doing like the competitions between like Bam and Tony Hawk, like that. It was
fighting
it was
fighting the horrors of Nigel Beaverhouse, and that was our only worries back in the day.
A couple I remember from that, Frank Sinatra, That's Life.
Oh wow,
like,
good
that was
one.
a good
I forgot
one.
about that.
Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire.
Another good one. Wow.
Like, and then Living Legends, Night Prowler. I'm still about that song.
What's that?
So
It's
hard.
like you don't
know
that,
me,
okay.
but yeah.
Forgot about that one too. But
Dude.
That's another one that's like so strung to the game, which we should just pop out. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. What a great game. Yeah. I mean, just looking at this cover makes me want to play PS2 right now.
A couple times I've gone on YouTube and they have like a few people have like the all the cutscenes like cut out and just like uploaded. Like it's
Do you
real
watch
fun.
it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, honestly, that's great.
Dude, it's a good time.
So, we're gonna hop back before we hop into the next gen of video games. When this happened, go in HD in 2005. We're gonna talk about just some more skate movies. Lord of the Rings.
The best skate movie ever made.
Yep. Just accidentally grabbed this out of the pile. I don't know how that slipped in when I brought all this stuff here. I really don't get it.
This is all with the DVDs.
I don't understand. But let's get into Girl.
Oh yeah.
Girl skateboards. One of the, consistently best skateboarding movies of all time.
Very true.
Innovation. But we're going to start with Yeah Right. Yeah Right came out in 2001, featured tons of our favorite skaters like Eric Costin, Brian Anderson, which is a hero, Mike Carroll, Rick Howard, Rick McCrank, Jerron Wilson, Beeble, Paul Rodriguez. The whole chocolate team was in this video. This is one of the greatest skateboarding movies of all time, and definitely has to be in like the top 5 things that has left an impression.
Wait, isn't Owen Wilson also in that?
Owen Wilson. Wow. I forgot.
Yeah.
He's also in it.
They had everybody.
And he did a nose blunt slide. Come on.
Epic. Best skateboarding actor out there.
Definitely best skateboarding actor out there. But just to pull out some songs. Frank Black, Los Angeles. I want to live in Los Angeles. That also is all in Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Yup.
Which we'll get to. But, that was just really, I don't know. Seeing Eric Costin's part, watching him freak out on this guy for taking his wallet. Because he had $20 in there.
It'd be a struggle, though.
Yeah. And it was just, so, I don't know.
Iconic.
A good raw song to an iconic part, which I definitely had on my iPod back in the day. Today's Your Day, which was Invisible Skateboards. When they did that video part.
The amount of editing and video production they actually put into that with the green ramps and the green skateboard, that was impressive. They didn't have to go so hard for a skate.
No, green screen.
Green screen is awesome.
But that song is just I don't know. It gets you feeling good. It's a nice song. Decepticon by Tigre, which was a song that Rick McCrank had.
Okay.
It sounded like a punk Japanese, like you know, I don't know. By me going down is not going to describe it. Also, another way I got exposed to David Bowie was this video. Modern Love and Blue Jean. Both killer fucking tracks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Was there anything that stood out to you that I didn't mention, or
Not that I can think of. Yeah, no, I think it covered all those.
No worries.
At least the most powerful ones.
So what else we got here?
We got Elementality. Oh no, this is Element.
This is my Element.
Was that
Not
Nigel
much.
Houston was in that, right?
What's that?
Was Nigel in that one?
Nigel was definitely in this one. He was also in Elementality, which is down here.
Oh, you got both. Sweet.
Bad
Dude, yeah.
Brains, good
Dude,
song.
Bam Margera.
Bam Margera.
Like another great skater who had his own TV show.
Yeah, Viva La Bam. Honestly, his show also just, you know, gets you hyped as a kid, you know.
Oh yeah, that was on early Netflix streaming as well. That's how I was able to.
Was it really?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
right. We used to watch a lot of stuff at your house, Doug.
Dude, yeah.
Netflix really has pulled back.
What?
They have pulled back on everything that they've put out.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
You
know
know?
what you're saying. You know, yeah, keep taking that stuff off. I don't know how much they have for like skateboarding content anymore. They definitely used to have the good stuff.
They had like the Plan B movie, the new one.
Oh yeah, they had like the SLS like type of version.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
documentary.
Yeah. Oh, crap. There's like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Really good.
No, they are. Yeah, they're excellent films. But yeah. What else we got? Nothing But the Truth.
What a shitty movie.
What?
I don't mean to just say that, but it was the most dry. I remember buying that for the lineup, and I remember being so dry compared to when, because the thing was, this movie, Nothing But the Truth, came out when Fully Flared came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I get
like
it.
when
I
you're
get it.
comparing two different things, this is like apples to fucking rotten oranges.
Yeah, no, Fully Flared, that was, even that opening scene, like, I don't even know, like, that was even the most basic song, but that was epic as hell.
So epic. But there's so many great songs that came from it. I love
Yup.
it. By Young Jeezy.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Beeble's part. He threw down some hammers in that video. Really, really good. Riding on the Wind by Judas Priest.
Yup. What was it, like, White Horses or something like
Oh,
that?
by
the Mark
Band of
Johnson?
Horses.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. I don't know the name of the song, but for Guy's part,
Yeah.
Guy Mariano.
Yeah.
Definitely go watch that movie. It's somebody has it illegally uploaded on YouTube, and I mean it's one of the greatest skateboarding movies of all time,
For sure.
hands down. Spike Jonze, Ty Evans, the quality of. I mean, it was a mature step up from Yeah Right.
That was. That was.
But
Oh,
two-
wait, also, Public Enemy.
Yes. We got Night of the Living Bassheads and Harder Than You Think.
Harder than
Both
you think.
in Eric Costin's part. Once again.
Costin.
So good. But now I want to get a little local here because there was also local skateboarding videos that definitely inspired my taste in especially hip hop. B Block was a skateboarding video made by the Shelter Skate Park, and it featured members of the team and just friends of the team, and a recognizable skateboarder, Fred Gall, was also in the video. But Give Me the Loot by Notorious B.I.G. Was a great song. I know every single word of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's ingrained in my brain. I don't know how to describe it.
As it should be, though.
It's probably my favorite hip hop song of all time. Put It On by Big L. I would have never known who Big L was if I didn't watch B Block. That was great. But 40 Ounce and Chronic.
Oh, my God.
Great song.
That's epic right there.
Epic. But just to jump back to Give Me the Loot, I really like this guy Ryan Haircut Moore, who he had the last part. Give Me the Loot was the song, and I finally I crossed paths with him in my own world at Putnam Place when it was Formula 5.
Oh.
Their last show at Putnam Place, and I saw him sitting down. I went up to him. I was like, dude, you don't know who I am, but I love your part from D Block. It is one of my favorite skateboarding parts of all time, and because of your video, I know every single word to the song. Give me the loop, and it was cool talking to him and just like getting to know him and just seeing him at supporting the Formula 5 guys. It was just amazing, you know. I don't know. It's just cool, like seeing skateboarding and like jam bands cross my paths. I don't know.
All comes around.
It really does. But just jumping into some. But well, do you have anything else? Do you have what else you have for your side before I keep on rambling?
I got American Wasteland and Project 8.
Okay, so before we finish on 2 more skateboarding videos, we are gonna jump back into when skateboarding video games took it a step up into Xbox 360, PS3. But before one of our favorite skateboarding video games of all time came out, Doug, there was a couple Tony Hawk games still left on the list.
Yep. So like American Wasteland, like you already covered it. One Live in Los Angeles. Institutionalized by Senses Fail, I think. That was a real good song.
Awesome.
I didn't realize Fall Out Boy had a song on there.
Did they really?
Yep.
Wow.
Start Today,
Yeah.
if you want to look that one up. Rising, no, My Chemical Romance, Astro Zombies was on there. Dropkick Murphys made another appearance. Who Was Who? Green Day with the song Holiday.
Of course. If you were listening to American Idiot in 2005, you were an American idiot.
Moving on, The Doors came back with a Peace Frog, which is
Great song.
a great record. Motley Crue Livewire.
Another awesome song.
Another one, you know. Yeah, was it? No, Motley Crue was like the first concert we went to
Together.
Yeah,
That was
like my
great.
first concert ever. That was a good
That
one.
was your first concert ever. That's
Yeah.
right, man.
That was
Damn, that was a
time.
lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And some drunk guy trying to start a mosh pit with us on the lawn. Like, what are you doing? There's no one else trying to do this.
Like 3 people.
It was kind of like he was really into it. He was like, "Come on!" And we're like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Like, yo, just listen to the show.
Listen to the show.
Yeah, I don't got too much more for that. But that did have Del the Funky Hopi Sapien, burn. Del the Funky Hopi Sapien, like I've kind of dipped back into him because of like he has a couple of songs on like Tony Hawk's Underground. Like he's a really good old school hip hop artist. Like
Really?
what's that one song? Oh wow, If You Must. Like
Okay.
at a wild show ass. If you must, you gotta brush your teeth. If you must, or else you get funky.
Yes.
Like, boom. And also, Mike Vallely has a song on that called Vendetta.
I feel like his songs kick ass.
I mean, yeah, they gotta. He's one hard dude, and also like he started his own like skateboarding company, and
is also like doing work with Jerry Garcia, like
That's
the Jerry
awesome.
Garcia like fun company.
holy crap.
Yeah, great. Yeah, Deadhead. Which
They're everywhere.
by the way, which a little side note, which happened between all the stuff that, we Nike SB did a shoe with the Grateful Dead, and they
yeah.
released a promo, and it was just so cool hearing Grateful Dead music with like Elisa Steamer and Nike SB team skating to Grateful Dead.
That was really cool.
awesome.
No, but yeah, that's all I got. Did you have any from that one?
Nothing from that either, really. Just because at that time I mean, I guess the reason why it wasn't so standout to me just because the games I feel like started lacking, which then we were saved by a great skateboarding game called EA Skate.
Yeah.
EA Skate came out in 2007, the same year Proving Ground came out, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, but it had some awesome songs. It changed the landscape of how you play a video game, for
Yeah,
a
it
skateboarding
did.
video game at least. And it was just, I don't know. It was amazing, man. First time I played that game, hearing Booker T, M&G's Green Onions come on during the menu load up screen. Wow. It was amazing because I never experienced how a game could be like that, and it being so drastically different from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater playing style. I felt like it was a refreshing experience to a genre.
Oh,
It
for
was
sure.
really great.
For sure.
So with Skate 1, what were some of the songs that were like hit you?
I should have pulled these ones.
No worries.
No, there's definitely lots of good tracks on that. But if you have any, you should mention them real quick. Because I definitely played that a little bit later. I definitely played Skate 2 a lot more than Skate 1. But yeah, like, do you have any from that one?
Just four that stand out. Like I said, Green Onions, Hip Hop by Dead Prez.
That's a great one.
Song. Rick Ross, Hustlin'. I knew that song mainstream through the time. Who didn't? But just to hear it in a skateboarding game was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And especially when you would skate in career mode and the music would come on ambiently at the spot you were at. It
that
just sounded
really cool.
It was never seen that before. And then ZZ Top's Just Got Paid. Because then eventually just ended up learning that on the guitar. Performed it live. It was, I don't know, just that song kicks ass. Skate 2, I really have nothing because there was like some songs that I like definitely listened to prior to even playing the game. So it wasn't really like I had a smack in the face with anything. But
Skate 2, Step in the Arena by Gangstar. That was a really good one.
Oh yeah, okay.
Showdown by Electric Light Orchestra. Like, who Rock the Bells?
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
Wow.
Made You Look by Nas. I remember that one. I feel like that was like if you like didn't hit start immediately, that was like kind of like their intro song, intro sequence sort of deal. Other than that, War by Lowrider.
Oh my God.
Like that's some good tracks over there.
George Lopez show.
Amazing.
Remember
always like watching that like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for like no reason.
Yeah, I mean, Skate 2, not really anything. Skate 3, not really anything. But there was one song that you said you really enjoyed.
Shimmy Shimmy Ya by Old Dirty Bastard was in that. Probably a couple more, but I really also liked the kind of like the ambience, not the ambient sound, but they had this like kind of like new system where it was kind of just like the more tricks you did, like the more intense the song got, but like it was all kind of like instrumental.
Okay.
Like that was really cool. I definitely like messing around with that feature in like Skate 3 a lot. And like
Awesome,
also it's
man.
like when you like go back to like start, like you'd sometimes like skip a song or like repeat the song, start it over. That was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially when it messes up the flow of the game.
It messes up the flow.
So, but just to cap things off with just this topic, one song that really left a huge impression on Doug and I was from Trans World and Now's Nick Trapasso part. The song Watching the Wheels by John Lennon. It simply explains how I feel like how, I don't know, I don't want to say our friendship, but like I definitely take root into some of the lyrics into my life. And
like
I already know what you're thinking. Say it.
I use that for my senior quote.
I am so jealous. I use some lame ass fucking Alice in Chains lyric.
Dude, that
which
song,
is a great band.
Oh yeah, but like no, like that song definitely resonated with me and with us like real hard. And like also that skate part was just also amazing. It was kind of a shame to hear that he's not no longer skateboarding, but like that part will live on forever. And especially like that just being the first place ever hearing that John Lennon song, like yeah,
it is so simple. It makes life so simple. People say I'm lazy, right?
Yeah, dreaming my life away.
Dreaming your life away, like that is just it is some inspiring stuff, because if you're dreaming your life away with what you like to do, then you're obviously on the right path in the first place, you know.
Oh yeah.
Or at least getting started on the right path. But and then lastly, Stay Gold. America's Stay Gold has definitely put a lasting impact on what I like, just because of the rawness of that video presented. Exposed me to the band Dead Meadow, which has been always on my music list.
Oh yeah.
Green Sky, Green Lake, That Old Temple. And
That
if you
Old
remix
Temple.
that with December
4th by Jay-Z.
By Jay-Z.
It works.
It works, especially
It
when
slaps.
DJ Jelly is involved, because if it ain't anybody else,
You need DJ Jelly.
you need DJ Jelly. Black Sabbath, Fairies Wear Boots. Brian Herman's part really kicks ass in that. Another one, Some Days You Just Can't Win by Ultimate Spinach is
Jerry
definitely
Hasu.
Jerry Hasu is an empowering song and
Mm.
really explains the struggles that he went through to put that part together, especially when he had his skate switch the whole time. Damn. Like,
Impressive.
Jesus.
Impressive
He
skateboarder.
takes it pretty hard. He
Like,
takes some pretty bad pills in
I
that
feel
part,
like
yeah.
because of that part, that made me like respect Jerry Hasu forever, like as one of the best. Like how, like I could get getting injured, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna like sit this out or only have a few tricks. But like he like was so dedicated that he just skated a whole part switch, and like still went for broke. Like, bro, that's crazy. Like, shout out to
Literally.
you.
And now I think that wraps it up pretty much. But before we go, I definitely want to know what you've been listening and watching, Doug.
Quite a few things. Definitely the biggest show I've been watching, Grey's Anatomy. That is addicting stuff, intense. I'm super about it. Skater XL came out for like Xbox One and PS4, so I'm gaming on that a lot. That's real amazing skateboarding. I feel like it took the one step like Skate did and then like made a step further with their whole control scheme. It really feels like authentic skateboarding and like is hard and challenging, but like is a lot of fun and very rewarding whenever like you land something.
Yeah.
Empire of the Summer Moon by S.C. Gwynn. It's about like the Native Americans. Joe Rogan's talked about it quite a lot, so I finally buckled down, so I listened to it. And the Comanches were crazy, but like, yeah, no, the Comanches were crazy. Like how they just like basically they took horses and they were able to like kind of like breed them, ride them, and like kind of, and just like figured out how to fight on them, like with like all of like doing bow and arrow. They were
Okay.
able to like shoot off like multiple like bows and arrows on like a wild horse like riding on the side of it. Like they just revolutionized the game and made like life hard for for early sellers, but I give them the respect.
Nice.
Everything John Green, like his books, like was it like Abundance of Catherines, Paper Towns. There's a couple more that are not coming to mind, but like he's just a really good, just like writer, and like most of his movies have been made into, well, books have been made into like great products. So like that's definitely worth a check out. Club Wavy by Wavy Cunningham has just come out.
Yeah.
That's a great album. I've been listening to that quite
Shout
a
out,
bit.
Wiggy. Awesome. Man.
Dave Chappelle stand up, and also like his Mark Twain award. Like I never really gave that a chance, but Jake was like, no, that's like, it's really good, and like it was really cool to like they were like kind of cut back to like all of his like old stand up and like basically like how like everybody in like the industry like kind of like knew him and like told stories about him, and like it was really cool to like see. And just like also we got like the Mark Twain award, like
It's a big deal.
it's
Yeah.
a big deal. And then last couple things, the Joe Rogan Experience, most definitely. Post Malone was on there, which was like an awesome episode. And then also most recently, Rob Lowe was on there. Like,
Oh,
from Parks
nice.
and Recs and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
of course.
that was another great episode. That was very enjoyable.
Nice, man.
Yeah. What about you? What you been tuning into?
I've been delving, man. You know me. I don't get a chance to watch or listen or game often, but because of some lifestyle changes that I've made, I've definitely been able to enjoy some of those finer things in life. Last Dance, Jordan documentary is so good. It's on Netflix. Even if you don't like basketball and you want some freaking motivation, watch the Jordan doc. He's the ultimate alpha male. The guy is a winner. He worked his ass off. His whole career is the reason why he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh yeah.
And it's honestly it's been amazing watching that. It's been super. It's gotten great reviews, but I finally, because it is now available on Netflix, Mickey and I have been watching it. It was really great.
Nice.
Umbrella Academy. Umbrella Academy is awesome. It comes from I'm gonna, just because Ramon's 8 feet away from me. Is it comic book or anime?
It was a comic book by Gerald Way for My Chemical Romance.
It is so
Wow.
honestly, it is so good. What is it on?
Netflix.
It's
yeah.
on Netflix. I really enjoyed that. I don't know how to describe it. I also started in season 2, and I had no idea. Anytime I come over to Ramon's house, which shout out to Ramon for letting us do this here. I always start in like mid-season or something. Like I was explaining to Mickey that I watched the finale of Avatar before watching the whole, pretty much
Oh my
the whole
God.
show.
Oh
And
my God.
so I ended up watching it. You know how
Yeah.
it went. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I was just, or like Umbrella Academy season 2. But another show, Upload. Yeah, Upload is this freaking awesome show that is on Amazon Prime. It is hands down one of the.
To make purchases, please go to your Amazon.
Oh, Alexa.
So yeah, that show Upload is incredible. It basically is, if you die, you go into a digital world. Like you have, if you're able to, you can digitize yourself. You die as a human, but you can go into one of these select
Like computer worlds?
and community worlds. And it's per the price of what you were then, I guess. But it is, I don't know. I think it's something that you would really like.
That sounds quite interesting.
It shows the depressions of the experience, and there's some stuff that happens in the storyline that plays along with this whole thing that makes it even more interesting. I really hope they make another season. We watched the whole thing. It was great. How I Met Your Mother. Been rewatching
Really?
that. Yeah, dude, honestly.
How's it hold up?
I was on a huge Seinfeld kick for a long time. And I was like, oh, nothing compares to Seinfeld. Nothing. And then Ramon's been watching How I Met Your Mother, and it's been great to rewatch some of the things that, like, because like when I was living at your house and I get kicked out and everything,
Yeah.
we watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
We
not
got
the
addicted.
last season, but like pretty much the whole thing.
We saw Until He Met the Mother.
Until
Most
He Met the
definitely.
Mother.
Well, legend. Wait for it. Derry. Like Neil
Legend
Patrick
Wait for Derry.
Harris.
Yeah.
Awesome
MPH.
man.
But other than that, listening, I just listened to Fish's New Year's Eve 1998 show with 1999 opener. Super cool. Somebody uploaded to YouTube. I found this awesome guy, Bobby Neal, on YouTube as well. He does great cover of Free by Fish, and also a really amazing cover of Kyle's song by Mo. All on acoustic. The videos were uploaded so long ago, but I can't believe I just came across them. They're really good.
Nice.
I've been listening to Trey's new album, A New Wave of Hope. It kicks ass. I really like a lot of it. It's recorded lo-fi, and it's all the songs that he shared on his Facebook and Instagram and everything else. Really recommend that album, even if you don't like Fish. It's kind of like an alternative rock album. It's really good. Steve Austin podcast. I grew up watching WWF, and Stone Cold is one of my icons and heroes.
He
and
was
till
the
this
man.
day, he opened a can of whoop ass
Dude,
every
he had
time
the
he
stunner.
stopped. It gave the stunner. But his podcast on which is now on iTunes is so much fun to listen to, because hearing Stone Cold trying to read ads is great. And Jake the Snake was just on it. He was governor of Minnesota at one point. He was a wrestler. He was the first wrestler to have copyright of his own name, and he has his shit together. That guy it was a great podcast, 2-parter. Check out the Steve Austin podcast on iTunes. IGN Game Scoop. I've been listening to IGN Game Scoop to get just keep myself informed with just IGN. I mean, with video games, because I've been playing some more games lately. 9 Club. Go and listen to the 9 Club. I don't even have to say anything. And then I have this one Fish song, Trey song, Can't Always Listen. I had it stuck in my head the other night. I had it stuck in my head to the point where I didn't sleep for like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
And the only last time that happened was when I had the song We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister stuck in my head. I literally had Twisted Sister's We're Not Gonna Take It stuck in my head for like probably till 3 in the morning. I was like probably 14 years old.
Oh my
And I
God.
just like we're not gonna, not that part, but like where it breaks in, da, 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 da.
Okay.
It would just keep on looping in my head, and I would not be able to just like reset the loop to get myself to sleep. So I just like, it was a hellish night. But Can't Always Listen happened to me. And it was a great song. That's why it stuck in my head. It was from Fish's 12/30/15 or Fish's 12/31/15, one of those New Year's shows. It's on Spotify. Go check it out. But other than that,
I got one more movie recommendation. If you
Let's hear
have
it.
Disney Plus, you gotta watch A Cat from Outer Space.
okay.
If
I'm not here.
if you have questions, they will all be answered. But like that is one of the best movies that Disney has ever made. A Cat from Outer Space.
Good to know. Go check out Cat from Outer Space. Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
But other than that, this has been the Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast, episode 49. As always, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can watch our videos on YouTube. You can head to our website, mirth-films.com. We're just going to be kind of live, kind of living, man.
oh yeah,
And this is going to be happening every single week. And we're just so happy to be doing this. And just, it feels good to be back, man.
oh yeah.
Next episode is episode 50. It's going to be a special episode, guys.
Tammy has says hello.
Hello, Tammy. We didn't even get
going
to the
on, Tammy?
comments. Just before we wrap up. Just to wrap up here, we got, let's see here. Tammy, Kyle. Let's see what we got here.
Tacos.
Tacos. That's your couch? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, this is Ramon's couch. I would use that Dave Chappelle quote right now, but I don't want to swear.
Don't need the profanity.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We're going to be doing this every week.
All right. Have a great night,
Have a
everybody.
good night, guys.